What's good, everyone, and welcome back to another reaction video. Today, we are reacting to Film Theory, Who is the Worst Evil X in Scott Pilgrim? So either this means, like, the most, uh, uh like, probably, um, neglectful, maybe. Like, if you had to say which relationship was the worst you have, I think that would be it. And that would probably be like either the partner was neglecting you or something like that, or we're literally talking about which one is like the most evilest one of the bunch. At least that's what I think. I am honestly just assuming when it comes to this. So, yeah, that's what we're doing today. Figured, you know what? It's Valentine's Day. We should see some Valentine's Day videos and see them through to the end. The last Valentine's Day video is going to be coming on next week. That would be the one that came out this week. So, yeah, that's a thing. So, we know what we're doing. Let's see which one of these people are, which one of these exes is the worst ex here. And if someone is going to ask if I have seen Scott Pilgrim, I've seen the movie. I have not seen, well, the live action movie, that is. I haven't seen the animated show, and I haven't seen the book. So, the best I know is the movie itself. So, I hope that's enough to help me throughout this, but yeah. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. But anyway, with this said, hope you all enjoyed this video. Nevertheless, if you do, hit the like button below, hit the subscribe button, support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Hit the notification button to be notified immediately when your video comes out. And finally, if there's any videos you'd like to recommend that I should react to, put it down in the comment section below, and I'll react to it as soon as possible. But before that, before like starting the video, let's give it up for Film Theory for bringing a video like this out for Valentine's Day. And the link to this video, if you're going to be interested in this and want to share the original video with others, is down in the comment description down below. So it's there. So if you want to see the original video without any interruptions from me, go ahead, look down there, check out the original video. And secondly, just give Film Theory some love and support for all the hard work they've done. Now with this all said, let's start this video, shall we?
Which evil X in Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is the evilest evil X? If we take a deep dive into their psychology...
So it's not like relationship bad. It's like who is like evil. I don't know why I said that. It said evil like that, but yeah. So we're checking out which one is the most evil of the bunch. Alright, I guess that can be interesting. But, yeah, this is gonna...
and count up their crimes. Who's really the big bad and who ends up as just chump change? Strap in, friends, as we get into this battle of the baddies. Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, the show that wants to know if you've seen a girl with hair like this. And welcome to the first episode of Romance Month. Yeah, in celebration of Valentine's Day, for the entire month of February, I thought it would be fun to cover topics related to the season of love. Are some of them admittedly a bit of a stretch to fit into that theme? Maybe, maybe not. You'll just have to subscribe to find out. But first up, we're talking the cult classic, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. If you don't know, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is an adaptation of a graphic novel series all about a directionless 20-something named Scott Pilgrim as he fights for the affections of the cool new girl in town, Ramona Flowers. However, Ramona has a bit of a dark past.
Prepare to feel the wrath of the League of Evil Exes.
Yeah, if Scott wants to date Ramona, he'll need to defeat her 7 evil ex-lovers in actual physical combat to the death. So I'm gonna be real with you, loyal theorists. This is some true selfish Lee content. I mean, we are not doing this one for the views, I'll tell you that much. Even if nobody watched it when it came out, this is straight up one of my favorite movies of all time. It combines all of the...
Okay, that's fair. I just found it a bit interesting since it uses some of the video game logic. Because, I don't know. I guess I'm a sucker for video game logic, when it's done right. At least that's what it feels like to me. But other than that, yeah, that's really it. Yeah, that actually is it. I have nothing else to really say about the matter. I don't know if that's good or bad, but yeah. Yeah, that's a thing, apparently.
The things I love: movies, video games, rock music, and one of the best casts in a film I've ever seen. All before they were famous.
He's famous and he talked to me.
And to think, my friends actually had to drag high school Lee to see this movie because I was in my pretentious movie snob phase. I went in blind and was dead from laughter by the end of it. Had me leaving the theater like...
That's actually hilarious.
And now, more than a decade later, I really wanted to take another look at this movie through the lens of a theorist. And of course, the theory here just jumped out and hit me right in the face. Like, if we had a league of evil X's all conveniently numbered, that would imply that some of them are worse than others, right? So, could we possibly find a definitive rank for how evil each of the evil X's are? A loyal theorist named Boone over on the Film Theorist subreddit actually made a post similar to this idea, and we actually reached out to him to see if he'd like to write for us. So, if you ever have any ideas like this, pitch them over there. We're always on the lookout for talented minds. Anyway, that's what I wanted to tackle today. If we looked at what each of the evil X's actually do in this movie, who would be the evilest evil X, and who's actually not so bad?
He's just a really nice guy.
Strap in, loyal theorists, and prepare for battle. So, first order of business here, let's set some ground rules just so we're all clear.
Is that not clear? Is that not clear?
Firstly, we're going to be focusing mostly on the film Scott Pilgrim vs. the World. This franchise has a lot of different versions of the same story. The graphic novels, the video game, the anime, all of which do their own thing. So, to keep things simple, we're going to be leaving it up to the film and using those other sources just for additional color.
Okay, so the movie's gonna be the main thing we're gonna focus on, but additional information to help support it is going to be used from other sources, basically, just to make it definitively clear on this answer. Got it. Understand.
Secondly, while we will be considering the personalities and motivations for each of the evil X's when putting together this order, the main thing we're going to be looking at to gauge their evilness are the crimes they commit and the punishments they'd suffer. Yeah, it turns out trying to quantify psychology is very difficult, and I'll stay in my lane, thank you very much. Finally, we're going to be using the laws as they apply in Toronto, Canada, since the story takes place there.
Not so long ago, in the mysterious land of Toronto, Canada.
And all of the laws have to be real laws, so sadly the vegan police have no jurisdiction here. So with all of that out of the way, who's up first? Who managed to find themselves as the least evil Evil X? Well,
Number 7 and number 6, the Katayanagi twins.
Who the hell are the Katayanagi twins?
Oh.
I just realized she dated twins. Okay, that's actually pretty... Wow, I actually forgot, about that bit. I think it went over my head. Then again, I probably was watching it on Netflix while doing something else at the same time, and I got a bit distracted on their part. Yeah, that's on me. Yeah.
You don't know?
yeah, so admittedly, this comes down more to the fact that Ken and Kyle Katayanagi aren't really given too much to do in the movie, so their rap sheet is a bit smaller as a result. These two dated Ramona at the same time, though the Katayanagis weren't aware of that fact. Basically, she was cheating on both of them with the others, so, you know, fair that they might be a little upset about that. When the Katayanagi...
Oh, yeah. It's coming back to me a bit. Though, that was pretty much of a scumbag move. I'm not gonna lie. I don't support this kind of stuff. I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of dirtbag kind of thing. I just don't like people cheating on their partner, basically.
Nagis discovered the truth, they swore that they'd do everything together from now on so it wouldn't happen again. These two are much bigger characters in the graphic novel and anime, where they're arrogant and cunning and intelligent. But in the movie, yeah, they were more or less just henchmen for the League of Evil X's. I mean, they didn't even have lines. As such, from the film theory perspective, yeah, they're just kinda here, playing music. Funnily enough, because this is the cartoonishly over-the-top world of Scott Pilgrim, this battle of the bands would leave the Katayanagis in a little bit of hot water. underwater. But not because of the battle itself, instead it's because of this right here.
They tore the roof off!
Yeah, during one of their musical attacks, they damaged the roof of the Ninth Circle venue. In Canada, this would absolutely count as criminal mischief, the legal name for property damage, and since it caused more than $5,000 in damages, it would absolutely land them a 10-year prison sentence and a $5,000 fine. Likewise, the damage would put all of the guests here in danger, giving both of the Katianagis a reckless endangerment charge, landing them another 5 years. So yeah, that's not actually all that much, but
Okay, that's basically a year in prison. I mean, a life sentence in prison. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. A life sentence apparently is 15 years. Actually, kind of surprised by that, but maybe it was the whole fact that no one technically survives 15 years in prison. Maybe, maybe. Yeah, but otherwise, compared to other things that involve the same thing, where you have to calculate crime, because I'm pretty sure I remember reacting to a film theory where they counted Disney villains and who was the most evil and all that, and how long they'd be in prison, what would their fine be, and all that. So yeah, compared to a lot of that, 15 years and a $5,000 fine isn't exactly the worst. I mean, it's still pretty bad, but I guess that does technically make them the least evil, so. Yeah.
we also have to factor in the sentences they'd get just for being part of the League of Evil Exes. Yeah, turns out that tracking down Scott, attacking him, and conspiring to kill him wouldn't look so good in the eyes of the law. Just like most of the other exes in the League, Kyle and Ken would rack up charges for criminal harassment, that's the legal name for stalking, disorderly conduct, planning to commit a crime with others, assault with a deadly weapon, that's Sonic Dragons, aggravated assault, conspiracy to commit murder, and attempted murder. The punishments for all of these are up on screen, we don't need to go through them individually. So, all in all, the Katianagis are looking at 63.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually, I thought it was just a regular 15 years, but no, I guess not. 63 years and a $5,000 fine. So, yeah. Alright, that's, fair. And now I'm realizing that if this is just them, then I'm actually kind of terrified to know what the years in prison the others have to face. Yep.
3 years in prison, plus 2 life sentences, and a $5,000 fine each. Again, almost all of that coming from just being part of the League of Evil Exes. Considering how much we don't know about these guys, they actually walk away looking pretty okay, unlike the next entry on our list.
Number 5, Lucas Lee.
What's up? How's life? He seems nice.
Yep, it's Captain America himself, Lucas Lee. This is actually probably my favorite of the Evil Exes, and not just because we share a name. He's just a great character. Lucas dated Ramona during their freshman year of high school, though Ramona doesn't exactly have kind words to say about him.
Just a snot-nosed little brat. He just followed me around.
Yeah, this was a pretty one-sided relationship. Important to Lucas, not so much to Ramona. And it ended when Ramona cheated on Lucas with another of the Evil Exes. Now, the film's Lucas Lee is very different from the graphic novel version of the character. Though they're both skaters turned actors, the film character is much more successful and very self-centered as a result.
Hi. Big fan.
Why wouldn't you be?
Fun fact, this is an actual interaction that happened with the film's director and another rock star. Just kind of a funny factoid for you there. And he's very obsessed with his image.
You really think you can goad me into doing a trick like that?
There are girls watching.
Interestingly, though, that's kind of about it. He's a jerk, yes, and he wants to kill Scott, which is bad, but mostly he seems to have moved on. Also gotta say we stand—
Oh, wow. I actually wasn't... How long... Oh, wait. I haven't seen this movie for like 2 years. No, not 2 years. I haven't seen it since... Yeah, that would explain it. That actually would explain it.
And an actor that properly credits his stunt doubles and treats them well.
What can I say? I'm nothing without my stunt team.
So, okay, he's kind of a jerk, but not the worst. What are the actual crimes he's guilty of here? Well, like the Katayanagis, he'd have all the same charges that all the members of the League would, minus assault with a deadly weapon. Yeah, while he does fight Scott, he never uses anything more than his body, so we can't charge him with anything. Additionally, Lucas has his entire stunt team attack and attempt to kill Scott, which would count as another case of attempted murder under the same laws that outlaw people from hiring hitmen. So that's another life sentence on top there. Starting this fight itself would be causing a disturbance and land him another 2 years and a $5,000 fine. And finally, you might have missed this, but check out this scene. This right here would have been another criminal offense unrelated to his attack of Scott, believe it or not. The building they're fighting in front of here is Casa Loma, a historical landmark in Toronto. So this right here would be classified as damages to a historical landmark and would land Lucas a $50,000 fine. Don't worry though, I'm sure he can pay it off since he is an A-lister, bro. Anyway, all in all, this lands Lucas Lee 40 years in prison, 3 life sentences, and a $55,000 fine. Pretty gnarly, but who's next?
Roxy?
3 life sentences? That's technically 45 years. The other one had like 63. Okay, let me do this math real quick. That'd be 78, and since that was 55 and that's 45, that would technically be one. Oh wow, that actually works out for 100 years. So technically, due to that, okay, that's actually pretty bad. 100 years, yeah, he'd be dead, like deader than dead, deader than deader dead, like I don't know, 100 years, you're pretty much dead. With the twins, they have a chance of being like old men when they get out of prison. This other guy, no, not really. Probably just die within prison, unless he's like rewarded with the whole case of what's it called? Oh wait, good behavior. Basically, that'd probably be his like only way out. But other than that, yeah, be dead.
You know this girl?
Oh boy, does she know me.
Number 4, Roxy Richer.
Here we have the half-ninja Roxy Richer, who dated Ramona in college when they were roommates. Ramona claims that this was just a phase, which hurts Roxy's feelings.
You and her?
It was just a phase. Just a phase?
Yeah, not a great look. Roxy's frustration is genuinely understandable and made even worse because it's implied that Ramona just straight up ghosted her. Rough. I can see why there's some trauma left over here. Honestly, I debated putting Roxy at number 5 below Lucas, since he is just a giant jerk. But when you lay out their crimes, Roxy actually comes out looking a lot worse, all because of this scene right here.
Punched me in the boob.
Roxy attacks Scott not once in the film, but twice, ambushing him after his fight with Lucas. Since she then attacks him again later at Club 4, that means that she would actually have 2 counts of aggravated assault and attempted murder. And she also fights Ramona during this scene, meaning she get another count of assault with a deadly weapon and aggravated assault. The fight in the crowded bar itself would also be causing a disturbance and reckless endangerment, and though it's not illegal to own a cool chain, belt, sword thing in Canada, it can get you another 10 years in prison for possession of a weapon for a dangerous purpose, like, say, hurting or killing somebody. Throw in criminal mischief for the property damage she causes by throwing Ramona's hammer through the front wall of Club 4, plus all of the rest of the charges that the League gets, and Roxy ends up with an impressive 97 years in prison.
Okay, that's actually worse. How did she manage to get even worse? I guess trauma's a key for it? I don't know. This is like going a bit over my head when it comes down to it, but oh wait, 10,000? Wait, is that, I think that's actually less than,
3 life sentences and a $10,000 fine. Man, now we are getting into the bad.
Let's see, 97 years, 15 times 3, that's 45, so that means 45 plus 97, let's see, let me count that up. 142, maybe? Yeah, no, wait, yeah, 142 years in prison. Okay. And with her attitude and all that, yeah, she's not gonna get out that easy.
Bad stuff. So, who's next?
Todd's vegan. Being vegan just makes you better than most people.
What?
Number 3, Todd Ingram.
And here we are with Superman himself, Todd Ingram, vegan extraordinaire. Yeah, being vegan in this universe gives you superpowers. It's dumb and fun, but I kind of love it. Todd dated...
Wait, what? I actually Yeah. Oh wait, I thought it was one of the other exes that she cheated on him with. But okay, so
Dated
okay, that
Ramona in
explains some
high
stuff.
school. He was actually the guy she cheated on Lucas Lee with, and they were the bad kids. There's just a whole lot more backstory there in the graphic novels involving Scott's big ex also dating Todd, and it just gets messy. Top line, Todd is just an awful person. He's constantly cheating on all of his lovers, and he has a lot of deep-seated psychological issues. And on top of that, he isn't even very smart.
I don't know the meaning of the word.
Like, he sucks. And if you want evidence of that, Todd blew a hole in the freaking moon just to impress a girl twice. Honestly, I was kind of worried that this would throw a wrench into this whole theory. Like, this has to be super illegal, right? This would make Todd the absolute worst, right? Well, not as much as you might expect. According to the Outer Space Treaty signed by the US and the USSR, it's illegal to do anything with nukes in space. However, it says nothing about the use of conventional weapons in space. That's basically everything other than nukes, so we're gonna be counting the vegan powers as conventional. And what's more, that same treaty says that there's no nation that has any legal authority out in space, so this couldn't even really be a crime. Turns out Todd can basically use the air bud defense here. There ain't no rule saying you can't blow a hole in the moon, but I digress. If we count up the actual crimes we can charge Todd with, he ends up with all of the same crimes as all the other members of the League, including assault with a deadly weapon. Again, we're counting vegan powers as weapons here. Additionally, we're also charging him with 5 counts of criminal mischief since he broke 5 walls during his battle with Scott. And perhaps worst of all, he's getting another count of aggravated assault for punching Knives so hard it knocked the highlights out of her hair.
He punched the highlights out of her hair!
And just another note here, Knives is a minor at this point, so really, Todd is just an awful guy. All in all, Todd ends up with 114 years in prison, 2 life sentences, and $25,000.
Okay. Oh wait, hold on. Wait. Wait, 114 years plus 2 life sentences. That's 30. That's okay. So he just got 2 years above the previous ex. So, that's actually wow. Never expected that one. So he just barely scraped by on being a little lower than her. Oh wait, no. No, wait, she barely scraped by being a little lower than him. That's what I meant to say. So that's something to really think about.
Dollars in fines. This one was a bit of a toss-up for Todd and Roxy, but I decided Todd was worse simply because he punched Knives and also blew that hole in the moon. And I mean, come on, really, he is just a piece of work, while Roxy at least has focused her frustrations on just one person. Unlike our next evil ex.
Number 2, Gideon Graves.
Scott Pilgrim! Hey, buddy, welcome to the Chaos Theater!
Yeah, that's right. Now we're talking about the mastermind of the whole evil plot, Gideon Graves, also known as the music producer G-Man. Funnily enough, we don't know a ton about this character's backstory in the comics or the films. He also has a completely different backstory in the anime, but it's a long story and we're not going to get into that. Again, today we're only worried about the movie. As Ramona's most recent ex, they met and dated while she was living in New York, but he wasn't exactly a great partner.
I was crazy about him. He ignored me. I was more alone when we were together than I ever was on my own.
Yeah, Gideon was your classic controlling narcissist. He was more interested in having someone to control than he was in having a partner, and that extends into all parts of his life. He signed Scott's band to his label as a means to control them and beat Scott, and doesn't really care that all of the other evil exes were defeated and killed.
You know how long it took to get all the evil ex's contact information so I could form this stupid league? Like 2 hours!
Yeah, he's more annoyed at that minor inconvenience than these people actually dying. What a stand-up guy. That thirst for control also extends into the actual crimes he commits, too. On top of the same crimes that all the other exes would rack up, Gideon would also get additional aggravated assault and attempted murder charges for trying to kill Knives and Ramona during the climactic final battle. Additionally, he also gets charges for torture and kidnapping, since he installed a mind control chip inside of Ramona's head.
No, I mean, he literally has a way of getting into my head.
That is evil.
Which would get him an additional 14 years and another life sentence, respectively. I also considered giving him a murder charge since he does kill Scott, but Scott has an extra life at that point and seems to reset the timeline. So, yeah, gonna let that one slide since it's not clear if it actually counts, and also it doesn't actually end up mattering. You'll see. All in all, Gideon Graves is an evil man and gets hit with 102 years in prison, 5 life sentences, and a $5,000 fine.
Holy shiza. Okay, that's 15 years times 5. Damn. That's 75 years. So that means he almost made it to 200. That's 177 years. And I'm actually kind of surprised that he only has a fine of 5,000. That's actually kind of crazy.
And that's not even considering the potential lawsuit Scott could bring against him for masterminding this whole League of Evil X's plot. But wait, if the mastermind Gideon isn't the worst, then who is?
Number 1, Matthew Patel.
My name is...
Wait, him? This guy? I don't remember the order of which of the Evil X's came first. I'm pretty sure he's like the first one. Him. That's it. Him. He's the guy that's like the most evil. Okay, explain.
Matthew Patel, and I'm Ramona's first evil ex-boyfriend.
Okay, so yeah, I did get the order right. But seriously, him? I probably don't remember what he did. So him, the first evil X that we get to ever meet. Him. He's the guy that's the most evilest of the bunch. Really.
Bet you didn't expect the very first Evil X to be the worst, did you? I gotta tell you guys, Matthew Patel here is a real piece of work. He dated Ramona in middle school. Ramona basically used Matthew and his mystical powers to ward off jocks interested in her, and then left him soon thereafter.
After a week and a half, told him to hit the showers.
You'll pay for this. Flowers.
Yeah, these two dated for just a week and a half. Like, honestly, this is super messed up. Matthew Patel, buddy, you're still so obsessed with her that you joined a league dedicated to controlling her love life? My man, you need to get a hobby and also see a therapist because there's something seriously wrong with you. This is obsession, not love. But while that's creepy, it's not necessarily a crime, unlike all of the other things we see Matthew do in this movie. Yeah, on top of all of the other charges every member of the league would get, Patel's got a laundry list of crimes. Like Lucas Lee, he'd be guilty of attempted murder by proxy since he summons the demon hipster chicks to kill Scott. He'd get a criminal mischief charge for the property damage caused by bursting through the roof of the Rocket building. And since he's the one who sent Scott the email threatening him with the league...
Didn't you get my email explaining the situation?
I skimmed it.
He'd be guilty of uttering threats, which would get him another 5 years in prison. And finally, unlike all of the other Evil X's, we actually see Matthew Patel kill people in a timeline that doesn't get reset. Yeah, when he attacks Scott, he actually accidentally kills all of the members of the band Crash and the Boys, netting him 3 charges of negligent homicide. So yeah, on top of just being a horrible, creepy guy that needs to move on, Matthew Patel is getting 60 years in prison plus 6 life sentences and a $10,000 fine.
Wait, that 60 years and that's 50. Let me. That's 90. That's 90 years. Wait. Hold on. That doesn't add up. 60 times 15 years each. That's basically, as I said, like that doesn't make sense. That's 90 years. That's 90 plus 60. The previous guy had like worse. Is it because he had so many life sentences? But the other guy has worse.
So, wait, if that puts Matthew Patel as the worst of Ramona's Evil X's, why is there still so much of the video left? Who else can we talk about?
Number 0, Scott Pilgrim.
Well, now you are being a total ass. Welcome to the club.
Yeah, I know this isn't exactly groundbreaking or shocking film or character analysis, but Scott starts this story as a not-so-great guy. He's an absolute loser, isn't over his ex, treats his friends poorly, is literally dating a minor,
Before you hear some dirty lies from someone else, yes, I'm dating a 17-year-old.
and cheats on both her and Ramona instead of manning up. Yeah, he breaks hearts with little regard for the people he's actually hurting.
That time you dumped Kim.
Okay, me and Kim are all good now, all right? I was thinking we should break up or whatever.
Okay. This is, okay. I guess that makes sense. Like, too much sense. I guess in the movie verse, he's technically even worse. No, to say technically would be a compliment. He's actually a bit of a... He's, I guess, putting that together, he is a lot more of a scumbag than anyone else.
Really?
Scott sucks, and if he didn't go through all of the character growth and development in this story, he would have been just as bad, if not worse, than any of the other exes in this story. And Ramona even points this out in the movie.
Just another evil ex waiting to happen.
Also worth pointing out that when Scott faces his evil counterpart, Nega Scott, who is supposed to be his evil opposite, they actually get on really well. In fact, Scott thinks
He's just a really nice guy. We actually have a lot in common.
But even without considering his character arc in this story, if we look at what Scott does in the film, he'd be in some legal hot water. Like, for real, he should have gone to the police immediately after being threatened, because a lot of the violence he commits here is completely Scott's fault. Even if we don't count the deaths of Matthew Patel and Roxy Richer, whom Scott fought in self-defense, Lucas Lee, who was killed by his own misadventure, or the Katayanagi twins, who were crushed by their own dragon, that still leaves Scott directly responsible for the deaths of Todd and Gideon, both of whom he could have spared or avoided. And not only that, but during his fight at the Chaos Theater, Scott kills 22 of Gideon's goons before fighting Gideon himself. Along with disorderly conduct and disturbing the peace for starting this fight, that would leave Scott with 16 years in prison, a $5,000 fine, and a mind-blowing 24 life sentences. And that, my
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I see it now. And I can say for sure that if he was, like, the main person we're, in the group that we're talking about, then yeah, like, there is nothing he could say and or do to actually get free of that. 24 life sentences. I'm not even going to do the math on that one. That's like too much even for me to actually, you know what? I am going to do the math. Let's see. Let's see. 15 times. Okay, that we carry the number there. Then we do that, and then we get let's see. Put that together. That's and then put the 0 there. You get a 0 at the end. And 360 years plus the 16. So that means if he was an ex of Ramona, then he would be the most evilest one, because he would have a life sentence of 376 years. God damn, he's actually worse than the evil exes. Huh.
friends might just make him the worst evil ex. Or hell, maybe it's Ramona, since she manipulated Matthew, cheated on Lucas, dumped Todd, ghosted Roxy, and cheated on the Katayanagis at the same time with each other.
I've dabbled in being a bitch.
Oof, that's rough, buddy. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. Up next on Film Theory. The plot for the second Five Nights at Freddy's movie is right in front of us.
Okay, so I guess that's a thing. I guess that's a thing. So Ramona, technically, I guess she would get crimes for, like, being the main cause of it. Would that actually? I'm not too knowledgeable about the laws there. So would that make her worse than the evil exes and Scott to put together? Because technically, if we do put it that way, then a lot of this stuff is mainly her fault for all the things she's done. So yeah, that's a lot to really think about. Also, technically, the first evil ex, he's not, like, even the most evilest, since, I mean, he'd be close second, that's for sure. But seeing how the amount of years he would be in prison and all that, technically he's not, unless we're counting how cruel and evil all the acts are. And if that's the case, I guess that would make him the most evilest. I don't know, but yeah, if Scott and Ramona dated and they broke up, Scott would be the most evilest ex that she had. Yeah, so that's the thing. But yeah, with this all said, I hope you all enjoy this video. This was an interesting one, and to really sum it up, that it did get my brain working, especially when it came to math. Yeah, it got my brain working on the years and all the amount of crimes, and I just never realized the amount of crimes that all the evil exes actually did in this movie. And let me point out that this is just the movie. Legitimately, this is only just the movie version. This isn't going by the books. This isn't going by the anime or anything like that. This is just basically the books. Like, bluntly putting it, this is just the books. So yeah, that's something to really consider. But with this said, hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button below, hit the subscribe button, support the channel, support the content provided, and so on and so forth. Hit the notification button, be notified immediately when the video comes out. I'd like to hear your opinion about this. Do you think the first boyfriend is actually most evil? That the first evil ex is the most evil compared to like this mastermind guy? Because like I'm honestly forgetting his name on the top of my head. I don't know what that says about me. Maybe I'm forgetful. But look at that. 5 life sentences. That's wait. Did I get the math wrong? Did I get the math wrong? Wait. Did I get the math wrong? Oh, okay. No. That would be 75 years because that would be 15 times 5, and that would equal 75. So that would be 172. So how long was he again? And wait, no, it was 60 plus the 90. No, 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 no. Actually, yeah, he would be a rank lower. Maybe it was the fine. Actually, that might be the answer. Is it the fine that actually decided that he would be more evil? Maybe. Oh wait, maybe it's his mentality too. Yeah, I don't know. That seems a bit more of a stretch, gonna be honest, but yeah. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video nevertheless, and tell me what you think about this order. Do you think it's 100% true? Because the only problem I have is the mastermind and the first evil boyfriend that we see being in the order of they are. That might just be a me thing, but either way, I hope you all enjoy still, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!